Good day, everyone. I am Drew Bulayo, Regional Compliance Verification Focal of Pantawid Pamilya Filipino Program. Today, I'll be discussing about compliance verification system, its processes, and its significance in the Pantawid implementation. As the program aims to alleviate poor by investing in human capital, the program provides conditional cash grants to poor households to improve their health, nutrition, and education, particularly children aged 0 to 18 years old. The compliance verification system is one of the core systems of the program in which it does to monitor the compliance of the conditions of beneficiaries through the help of our key partners. Now, let us discuss what is compliance verification system. It is a system that monitors beneficiaries' compliance to conditions set by the program, and it is implemented jointly by three partner agencies: the Department of Social Welfare and Development, the Department of Education, and the Department of Health, together with the local government units. It also processes compliance data until it is ultimately used as basis for payment. Now, let's proceed to what is significance of compliance verification in the program implementation. The compliance verification system provides a glimpse of other concerns like the knowledge of implementers and partners relative to the mechanics of program implementation, the possible impact of supply side of program implementation, as well as the efficacy of other support structures and activities in other promoting or increasing compliance among beneficiaries. It provides valuable information on the readiness of the area in terms of supply side. It also provides useful information for impact evaluation. And lastly, provides data to explain the current grant entitlement of the beneficiary. Pantawid Pamilya does not give the cash grant right away. Otherwise, it's not conditional. By giving to them without conditions, there are risks of dependency, making the program nothing but a bailout, and we do not like that. So, what are the conditions that the program requires in order for the beneficiaries to get their cash grants? All qualified beneficiaries shall comply with all the following conditions as a requirement for the continued program eligibility. For education, there are two conditions that must apply. First, children 3 to 4 years old must attend daycare or preschool classes at least 85% of the time. Second, children 5 to 18 years old must attend elementary or secondary classes at least 85% of the time. The next condition is for health. Pregnant women must avail of prenatal services, give birth in a health facility, attended by a skilled health professional, and receive postpartum care and postnatal care for her newborn. Second, children 0 to 5 years old must receive preventive health and nutrition services, including checkups and vaccinations. For children aged 0 to 2 years old must have monthly weight monitoring and nutrition counseling, while for children aged 3 to 5 years old must have a quarterly weight monitoring. And lastly, children 6 to 14 years old must avail of the warming pills at least twice a year. For family development session, at least one responsible person must attend family development session conducted by the Department of Social Welfare and Development at least once a month. Ensure attendance in responsible parenthood sessions and family counseling sessions. Participate in community activities, promote and strengthen the implementation of Pantawid Pamilya program. Let's proceed to how much cash grant each household may receive. In each household, children are covered with education grants. Every monitored child who is in elementary, daycare, and preschool levels will receive 300 pesos a month. Before the institutionalization of the program, junior high and senior high school monitored children are receiving same amount of 500 pesos a month. After the passage of 4 Peace Act, junior high remains to receive an amount of 500 pesos, while the senior high beneficiaries will be receiving 700 pesos a month. For health grants, from 500 pesos, each household will receive 750 pesos per month. Under the General Appropriations Act, an additional benefit of rice subsidy grants amounting to 600 pesos a month per household will be given to the beneficiaries. How do we monitor compliance? Compliance verification forms are the main monitoring tools being used in measuring the compliance of the beneficiaries to the conditions set by the program. It is noteworthy to highlight that these conditions define the conditional cash transfer. These conditions define the soul of the Pantawid program. CV forms are generated at the National Program Management Office based on the database of the beneficiaries. The Compliance Verification Division of the National Program Management Office shall send these forms to all field offices. These are the 4 CV forms to be generated. First is the Compliance Verification Form 1, Masterlist. Second is the CV Form 2, Education. Third is the CV Form 3, Health. And the fourth is the CV Form 4, Family Development Session. What are the uses of each CV forms? CV Form 1 is a list that provides the general information of the current beneficiaries of Pantawid. It is an essential tool used as a reference by the city or municipality in identifying and tracking the beneficiaries within their scope of monitoring. This form needs not to be filled in by the city or municipality. The master list is printed on a per barangay basis and are distributed to the concerned city or municipality by the field office. It is to be duly noted that this form is constantly being updated as needed. This form contains the following information: household ID, household member ID, name of household, sex, date of birth, relation to the household head, pregnant, names of children aged 0 to 5 years old, name of health facility, name of school facility, and names of children aged 3 to 18 years old. CV Form 2 contains the list of beneficiaries with ages 3 to 18 years old, sorted according to school, preschool, daycare center. It represents the compliance of the beneficiaries under education. This form is accomplished by the school head based on the reports submitted by the teachers. The principal or teacher in charge consolidates the reports to be submitted to the Regional Program Management Office through the city or municipality. The Department of Education has the responsibility to oversee the monitoring of compliance to the conditions in education. Monitoring of school attendance of children beneficiaries of the Pantawid Pamilya is the main responsibility of the class advisor to be verified by the head of the schools where the children are enrolled. The children beneficiaries must maintain a class attendance rate of at least 85% per month for 3 to 5 years old enrolled in daycare or preschool program, 6 to 18 years old enrolled in elementary or secondary school. Department of Education is also our partner in monitoring the compliance for the deworming condition. It should be noted that deworming as a condition covers only those 6 to 14 years old children beneficiaries enrolled in elementary. Data on daily school attendance for all children beneficiaries shall be submitted by the respective classroom advisors to the school head or teacher in charge or the Pantawid coordinator for consolidation. How to get the 85% school attendance? The principal, teacher in charge, or daycare worker may opt to compute the number of absences of a student within a month to be able to comply with the 85% attendance rate. Here are the steps for easy computation of the 85% attendance requirement. 85% must be multiplied to the total number of school days per month to get the number of school days required for a student to be present in school. Then, if there is a decimal figure, simply drop it. To get the number of absences required to still comply to the education condition, the 85% of the total number of school days in a month must be subtracted from the total number of school days. The Form 3 serves as a monitoring tool in the compliance with health. It contains the list of children beneficiary ages 0 to 5 years old and pregnant women. The Department of Health has the primary responsibility to oversee the monitoring of compliance to the conditions under health. The focal person in health at the municipal level, represented by the municipal health officer, shall supervise the monitoring of compliance by the household families with pregnant member or children 0 to 5 years old. The monitoring of compliance shall focus on meeting the basic health protocols. The health officer will fill out the CV form based on the individual records of each beneficiary. The barangay health unit or station will report the non-attendance guided by the DOH protocol to the social welfare assistant or city municipal lead who will collect the accomplished CV forms. The city or municipal lead consolidates the non-compliance report on health of his or her municipality assigned. This CV form is accomplished by shading the circle corresponding to the month and name of the beneficiary if such is not complying with the conditions in health for that particular reporting period. The CV Form 4 serves as verification on the attendance of qualified grantees on family development sessions. It indicates the household ID number of the beneficiaries and the names of the grantees monitored with attendance requirement in the family development sessions. The primary users of this form is the city or municipality with the assistance of the parent leaders. Now, let's discuss the compliance verification process. Compliance verification system monitors how faithfully the beneficiaries comply with the conditions set by the program. It processes compliance data until it is ultimately used as basis for payment. There are 6 major steps or processes in compliance verification. First is the generation of CV forms. Compliance verification forms are generated at the National Project Management Office based on the database of beneficiaries under historical compliance data. Compliance Verification Division sends the copy of the CV forms in PDF format to the corresponding field offices within 4th week of the first month of the 2-month monitoring period. Second, printing and distribution of CV forms. Corresponding electronic copies of the CV forms are downloaded and printed at the field offices or provincial offices. Downloading and printing of CV forms is facilitated by the Regional Information Technology Officer and by the Regional Compliance Verification Officer or RCVO. The printed forms are distributed to the schools and health facilities by the city or municipality or by the social welfare assistants within the respective cities or municipalities. This should be done within the 1st to 4th week of the 2nd month of the verified period. City or municipalities are advised to perform the following. Consult checklist of schools and health facilities if there's any missed CV forms. Create an acknowledgement system to note receipt of the forms. Keep a logbook in order to monitor the number of forms received from the NPMO and are to be distributed on the schools and health facilities. Create a list of names of all the authorized personnel in each school and health facility with their corresponding signature and specimen. Indicates the dates of distribution and retrievals of CV forms. The third process is monitoring of compliance once every 2 months. The head of education and health facilities and city or municipality shall conduct monthly monitoring of compliance as appropriate and record it on the corresponding CV forms. The monitoring may be delegated. However, the responsibility to ensure that monitoring is conducted still lies with the school head, health facility officer, city or municipalities, respectively. To simplify, the non-compliant beneficiaries are preferred to be identified and marked in the corresponding CV forms instead of the compliant beneficiaries. Operational statistics support that the non-compliant beneficiaries are always lesser than the compliant beneficiaries even on their first CV cycle. The fourth process is the retrieval or collection of accomplished CV forms. The collection of CV forms is delegated to the social welfare assistants. However, it is still the responsibility of the city or municipalities to ensure that CV forms are completed, reviewed, and submitted to the respective provincial operation office within the approved compliance verification timeline. The collected forms are subject to the review of the cluster compliance verification officer who will ensure that the same version will be submitted to respective field offices or provincial operation office. City or municipalities or social welfare assistants should check whether the forms are filled out correctly and do appropriate actions if incorrect. Indicate on the log sheet or logbook which school and health facilities have already submitted their forms. Identify and account the number of beneficiaries that did not comply with the conditions set with the program. Initial validation on the root cause of the non-compliance of the beneficiaries and do proper intervention. Account number of unaccomplished forms, number of affected beneficiaries, and reasons. Fill out the beneficiaries tracking report and forward all the CV forms that contain the compliance data and report to the Regional Program Management Office or Provincial Operation Office. The fifth process is encoding, recommending an approval of compliance data. Upon acknowledgement of receipt of the CV forms, the conversion of the physical data to its electronic format recommends. The encoding, recommending an approval of the electronic data represents the actual compliance for the particular period. The Regional Information Technology Officer, Computer Management Technologies, and Compliance Verification Officers assist and supervise the encoders in ensuring data quality. They also ensure that the encoded compliance data in the field office or provincial operations office is the actual result of the compliance and non-compliance based on the accomplished CV forms. After encoding, the Regional Compliance Verification Officer verifies and recommends compliance result per school, health facility, and barangay as assisted by the cluster CV focal. Then, the regional director recommends and submits compliance results for the National Program Management Office approval. And the CVS focal person in the National Program Management Office acknowledges and reviews compliance results for the National Program Manager's approval. And the Program Manager approves compliance results, consequently recommending for payment processing. The sixth process is the preparation and generation of payroll. Once the CVS data is approved by the National Program Manager, the same data is automatically processed for payroll preparation. These processes are scheduled on the last 2 weeks of the month following the verified period. Notice of approved payroll action or NAPA is the final output of this process. The actual processing of the payment is covered by the financial management system of the National Program Management Office. It is further noted that the same source of data is tapped by the financial management system for the processing of payment of grants. The grants due to the household beneficiaries are dependent on the encoded compliance results. So we have seen that the cash grants due to the household beneficiaries are dependent on the encoded compliance results. That's all about compliance verification system. Let us not stop giving our best for the better implementation of our program and for the benefit of our beneficiaries. Thank you and have a great day.